McIntyre.
Last week, Drew McIntyre defeated Christian and earlier vowed to defeat Rey Mysterio. In fact, McIntyre injured Christian's arm so badly that doctors say it will never be the same again, according to McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre is a doctor?
That's what the doctor told Drew.
Oh, okay.
Nevertheless, McIntyre did beat one of the most respected veterans on the SmackDown roster last week and will square off against Mysterio here tonight. What type of match do you think we'll see here?
Well, Drew McIntyre is always aggressive, and he always has malintent. But Rey Mysterio is taking this match for a reason. Rey Mysterio wants to show the WWE Universe that he has nothing to hide. He wants to show Kane that Rey Mysterio will be prepared for SummerSlam in just 9 days for the World's Championship.
So for the second time tonight, Drew will confront Rey Mysterio, but this time I assure you it will get very physical. McIntyre also offered to do Rey Mysterio, I guess, a quasi-favor, said you won't have to face your fear at SummerSlam by facing Kane and possibly being put in a casket. I'll end you tonight.
Well, we know that Rey, for lack of a better word, freaked out at the feeling of enclosure and lack of breath that would come from being stuffed inside of a casket.
Do you believe McIntyre's accusations that, in essence, Mysterio's a coward by allowing CM Punk to be falsely accused because it was Rey Mysterio that really did assault The Undertaker?
And right now, a little El Matador from Rey Mysterio. No, because why would I step forward to take guilt for something I didn't do? So I admire Rey Mysterio. He minded his own business. It was Kane that pointed the finger at Rey.
And now the Scottish Bull, I guess, just took down Mysterio. I've heard of Chicago Bulls, but not a Scottish Bull.
I've heard of your bull too, pal.
McIntyre labeled himself the most aggressive superstar in the WWE, does have that streak in him, a former Intercontinental Champion. We've seen the tenacity come out of Drew McIntyre against Matt Hardy in the past, as well as Christian last week.
A victory here, some say, would vault the Chosen One into the World's Championship picture.
Well, the chairman of the board himself, Mr. McMahon, vowed that McIntyre would one day become a world champion, and a win tonight over the #1 contender brings McIntyre one step closer to that goal. We haven't seen Mr. McMahon in a while. Has life been good for McIntyre since Mr. McMahon's not been on the scene? Oh, hold on, McIntyre hung up.
What's the country code for Scotland?
And now Mysterio up and over the top rope. And this,
look at that, look at that. See, Rey Mysterio still favoring the left ankle that was injured at the hands of Jack Swagger. We have to wonder if the left ankle will be 100% come SummerSlam.
Last week, Rey Mysterio threw Jack Swagger into the Gulf of Mexico during their no disqualification match, but that was before Kane arrived on the scene. Mysterio again from the top rope. Oh, and a big clothesline from McIntyre, who parlays it into a cover, the shoulders down.
See how Drew lifted his rear off the mat for added pressure on the cover? Little things that make Drew McIntyre the Chosen One.
Oh, and a stomp right on the side of Mysterio's head. And look at the calculating Drew McIntyre. Picking his points.
He utilizes a very head-heavy offense to set up for the Future Shock DDT.
And what would this do to Mysterio? A loss 9 days before SummerSlam.
At this point, I throw my hands up. I can't count out Rey Mysterio no matter what's done to him. Cover here, two.
For McIntyre.
You know, if you're a Rey Mysterio fan, the one thing that you cling to, the one hope you have, is that there is nothing, essentially, that can keep Rey Mysterio down.
And this capacity crowd in Laredo chanting, "Si se puede." I didn't know Barack Obama was here. And over heels goes Drew McIntyre.
We're in Texas. I'll call my friend George.
And now the Scotsman over and out. is the #1 contender headed to another victory. Look out! Oh! Mysterio! Welcome back to Friday Night SmackDown. The #1 contender for the World Championship, Rey Mysterio, going one-on-one here against Drew McIntyre for the first time ever. And Mysterio has vowed tonight to name the true assailant of The Undertaker. Remember, Kane said it was Rey Mysterio that assaulted the dead man, but Mysterio has claimed his innocence and will announce the man that attacked The Undertaker tonight if he's able. But right now, it's the sinister Scotsman, Drew McIntyre, who's doing all the damage.
Well, hang on a second here. Cover.
Hooking the leg, 2-0.
I want to float this down your ear canal, though. What if it was Drew McIntyre and Drew's trying to silence Rey? Take a look at some of this offense that Drew McIntyre is utilizing to take advantage of the #1 contender.
Well, if there's one thing we know about Rey Mysterio, it's that he possesses more grit and determination than perhaps any other superstar in the WWE today. You can never count out the luchador. But right now, it is not a happy time to be a Rey Mysterio fan. Drew McIntyre has turned this into a one-way contest. And what's Drew doing here? Oh! Face first goes Mysterio into our announce table. How's Mysterio going to bounce back from that? Watch this again. Mysterio launched in the air by Drew McIntyre and a crash landing.
Oh, Rey Mysterio decked in all white, looking like El Santo, but he's about to fall from the heavens, courtesy of Drew McIntyre. Watch and listen.
We're right beside the U.S.-Mexico border as Rey Mysterio has 2 seconds to get back in the ring or this match is over.
Referee's up to Nueve.
And Mysterio back in. But I was going to say, Rey Mysterio began his career at the age of 15 in Mexico, traveled all over that country, won legions of fans, and they're here to support him tonight. But McIntyre not concerned with all the Rey Mysterio mass throughout this crowd. McIntyre wants to pick up a win over the #1 contender for the World Championship. Mysterio trying to feed off the energy of this crowd. Can he get back into the contest?